If you're looking for the fastest, cheapest, and most reliable coins on the market, be sure to check out AOEAH.com. Use discount code DSG at checkout for 3% off your order. Link is in the description and the pinned comment down below. Yo, what is going on, guys? It is the SGR coming today with another Madden 23 video. And today I'm going to be doing another episode of Copper Drop. Copper Drop is a series where I go over the new cards and the new promo, and I tell you guys if they are worth it for the price that they're at, or their attributes or theme teams, anything like that. I'm going to give you guys all the information you need to know, and if you should pick up these new cards that just came out today or not. You're actually probably seeing this video a day late, so these cards would have come out yesterday. We're going to go over them right now. We're not going to waste any time. If you guys are looking at my coin stack and my teams overall, I don't know if I've covered that on the channel yet. There's a video coming out later today where I teach you guys how to make coins and kind of why I also sold everything. So yeah, that is that. Without wasting any time, though, talking about all this other stuff, let's get into this. So I just want to say really quickly, all these 88s that came out today, listen, every 88 in the game that came out is a good card. And I would say every 88 is a cop. The reason is, some of them have pretty good theme teams. The attributes are really good. Height is pretty good on all of them. Every 88, without going in every card, every single 88 is a good card. So let's just get that out of the way now, just because it's super simple to get out of the way. Every single 88 is beneficial to your team. They're not all amazing cards, but there are good 88s within every single 88 is a good player, is what I'm trying to say here. So also 150, that is expensive for an 88, and it's expensive for the game right now, but that's kind of just where we're at, right? You're paying that much for an 88. They are good cards. So first, let's get into Nick Bosa. I think this card is a cop. Too expensive, obviously, it's 700K, but I think if it gets into like 550, this card is just an instant speed rusher. Like, the strength is the one problem about this card, but I find the strength isn't too important with these speed rushers and really any outside linemen. I think if you do play this card, I think you should play him on the outside on the right. That's just how I find you get the best pressure with any card, whether it's a right end or right outside linebacker, left end, left outside linebacker. And we look at this card, the weight is there. The height is there, right? It could be a little bit taller, I guess, to deflect passes, but that rarely happens anyways. 88 speed is nice. That's actually really good. 89 excel. Tackling is good. The block shed is amazing at 93. That's one of my favorite stats on D lineman. I don't think gets talked about a lot. This is how you stop the run. Block shedding is how you stop running. And with 93, he is going to shut down pretty much any run that comes near his way, whether it's one person or two people on him. That's just how it's going to be, all right? 87 power move could be a little higher, but at the end of the day, he has 92 finesse move. That 92 finesse move cancels out anything with the power move, in my opinion, with it being 87 at least. So, amazing card. I love Nick Bosa cards anyways. They usually play really good. I think in Madden 21, I had him, and he played insane. It was one of the higher overall cards that he had. I think his highest overall card, and that guy played really good. So he plays out of his mind. Amazing card. Next up, Eric Dickerson. If you played Madden 20, you probably still have PTSD and nightmares about this card. This card is terrifying with the NFL 100 ability that he had. But anyways, 91 speed. First, let's talk about his weight, I guess. 6'3", 220. 220 definitely gets the job done. Weight is not as important this year as it has been in past years, but 220 is still a pretty good weight for a running back. 6'3" gets the job done as well. I don't think the height really matters too much on running backs. I think weight is a little bit more important. So, I mean, that's that, I guess. I guess if you're trying to put him in routes, height will matter a little bit, but with 70 catching, it won't really matter anyways. But 91 speed, 88 excel, 93 agility, which is absolutely crazy. The 87 carrying is great as well. Change of direction at 91. That is crazy. This card should be your kick returner, in my opinion, if you don't have DK Metcalf, which we're going to talk about in a second. But this card is absolutely absurd. Really, really good card. 90 trucking. This card is, I can keep talking about it. This card is amazing. And 93 break tackle. I mean, there isn't really any flaws. I guess the catching could be higher, but at the end of the day, if you need a guy to get you first downs, you need a guy that's going to get you a yard. He's going to get you a yard every time. This guy's going to break out for big runs. He's going to break tackles. He's going to stiff arm people. He's going to truck people. Like, he's going to do every single thing that you guys need. Where's the stiff arm attribute at? 87 stiff arm as well. Like, it's amazing. The juke at 92, the spin at 91. Like, there is no flaw in this card. Eric Dickerson always plays better than his attributes say as well. So at the end of the day, this card is like a 93 overall. If you just the way he plays in game, this card is amazing. He also has, I've probably said that 7 times since I've been talking about him. I'm talking about he's amazing. But he also, I feel like, has broad shoulders. Now, this is going to sound crazy, but Bo Jackson and Eric Dickerson, their player motto has very broad shoulders, and sometimes that can mess you up, I think, because you can get tripped up. But for some reason, the players that have the really broad shoulders, and you can maybe think I'm crazy by saying this, but I think these guys that have broad shoulders break way more tackles, and I don't know why. So this will have an impact on how he plays in game. I don't know if it's like that this year, but I feel like in past years, the players with broad shoulders, the running backs with broad shoulders, like Bo and Eric Dickerson, they just break way more tackles. And I don't know if it's actually the broad shoulders itself, but there's something about the cards that have the wide shoulders or whatever that just make them, they just break more tackles. I don't understand it, but that's the way it is. DK Metcalf, I'm just going to say this really quickly. He's the best receiver in the game. Can't argue with me. One more time about Eric Dickerson. Yes, he's a cop, but at 600K, or whatever he's at, 700K, there isn't really any card in the game that's worth it, in my opinion, for that much. So maybe if he gets down like to 550, like Bosa, 6, whatever he's at, like, like 550, 500, he'll be worth it because he is probably the best running back in the game. But that's just what I want to say there. Wait for his price to go down because we'll go down eventually. But yeah, that is that. So let's talk about DK Metcalf, one of the most exciting players in the NFL. Yeah, I mean, his attributes, like I said, he's the best wide receiver in the game. For an LTD, his price is not terrible. You'd like to see him get down to like 700K, but with the way Madden 23 is, the market is just insane. We're not going to go into that. I actually talk about that later today. But this card, it's amazing. The card art itself is amazing. Like there's, oh my gosh, this card is crazy. We look at the height, 6'3". I think that's kind of one of the cutoffs. I would not get a receiver lower than like 6'2", besides like Crabtree. I think Crabtree's only 6'1", but 6'3", he's tall, 235. There's something about receivers. I find this to work in Calvin Johnson as well. Receivers that have a big solid build. Also, Alan Lazard is one of them too that people don't talk about in Madden. Receivers that are tall but also have very wide frames. For some reason, aggressive catch way more. I think it's because they get better positioning because their player model is a little bit bigger. With this card being this tall and this wide though as well and heavy, he will aggressive catch everyone. If you look at his spec catch at 92, this card is going to moss everyone that comes in his path. 91 speed, 92 jumping, 90 catching, 88 catching traffic. Wish that was a little bit higher, but 88 catching traffic still gets the job done. Not going to sit here and complain this because this card is amazing. Like I said, 92 spec catch, 90 deep route running, 91 medium, 92 deep. He hits every route running threshold. In case you don't know, like 90 is usually like the threshold for most route runnings and most attributes in general in the game. So with those all being above 90 or 90 and above, he will be absolutely absurd. And what's crazy as well, you look at the stiff arm at 88, that's pretty high for a wide receiver that I find. Part of that is probably because he's bigger, so he's going to be heavier, he's going to have a wider frame. This guy's going to stiff arm people into the ground like Derrick Henry. 93 juke move. Spin move isn't that good, but I don't think spins are this good in the game anyways. There's not much to say about this card besides the fact that he's really good. I'm already stating kind of the obvious here. This is the best receiver in the game, especially for his price. He's attribute-wise, he's better than Kenny Moore. But on top of that, he's literally like the exact same price. A little more expensive, but it's pretty close. So DK Metcalf, I think, is a cop. The one thing I would say with him being almost 900,000 coins, he's not quite 900. He's about 800K, a little over 800K. I think this card needs to get like the 650 for any card to be worth it. Even if it's the best card in the game, I don't care what it is. If it's like under 700K, or I'm sorry, if it's like over 700K, it's probably just not worth it. I don't care if it's the best card in the game or whatever. If it's meta, it's probably just not worth it. With him being an LTE, though, it's not too big of a deal. It's not too much of a stretch because I think LTD should be a little more expensive. So honestly, if you have the coins to afford this card, I think it is definitely a cop. And if you don't have the coins to afford it, wait till his Redux comes out. And because Redux should be coming out fairly soon, the price can do a thing there every season. I think the season only has like a week or two left. So I think he has about 2 weeks left. So in 2 weeks, he's probably going to get a Redux. So his card will probably be like 500K or less in 2 weeks. So you can obviously just add him to the card later on. So that is really hard for you guys. I hope this was helpful. Once again, just remember that the 88s are all worth it. They actually did a really good job with 88s, I'll be honest. The content this year has been amazing. It's just there's so many things wrong with pricing and stuff like that they just need to work on. And just going to be quite honest. So the 88s, like I said, they're all cops. They're all good cards attribute-wise. Obviously, some are better than others, but overall, the whole promo is kind of a W. Wish they were cheaper, but like I said, it's the way it is. It's the way Madden is right now. So that's really all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you have a great day. Stay safe for me, and peace out.